to do a voiceover, but I'm starting with Fresh Skin. I'm obsessed with the Fenty Skin line. I also like to use my vitamin C serum. Moisturizing or priming is essential. Like, you have to have a layer and a barrier between yourself and the makeup. Now I'm just going in with the Fenty Fat Water as well as the SPF sunscreen. I was so happy I got this for Christmas. Nobody understands. Now that I'm prepped and primed and all oiled up, I'm using my Maybelline and e.l.f. concealer just to carve out my eyebrows. I didn't record myself doing my brows because I really don't fill them in, so I don't think I'll be that helpful to tell people what to do anymore. But yeah, I'm starting out with my darker concealer in the back. It's really supposed to be in the front, but I actually messed up. Alright, now if you didn't know, blending is key, so I'm just blending in all that concealer. Now I'm going in with my really light concealer as a base for the eyeshadow. You have to blend this. You have to. If not, it will look patchy and crazy. Even though eyeshadow is going on top of it, you still want a seamless foundation. So I'm going to be using a fluffy brush to help blend it upward into the darker concealer, which is up above towards my eyebrow. Now this is so necessary. I love this Juvia's palette. I'm gonna start with a light little brown, going up into the eyebrow just to kind of, I don't know what I was talking about, but I wanted to make an ombre effect from the eyebrow into the eyeshadow. I wanted it to look seamless, so that's why we're starting with that nice little cool brown. It's better to apply a little and pile it on versus starting out too strong. Now I'm gonna soften it up with this little orange. This is another Juvia's palette. If you can't tell by now, I'm obsessed with them. I have like 5 of their palettes. You cannot make me stop using it. Now I'm going for a smoky eye, one that's soft with brown. So we're gonna go in with that orange reddish looking color just to make the outskirts of the initial look, make it look really soft and nice. Blending those all together made it pop. Now we're gonna go on with the chocolate brown and start focusing on the lid. A real smoky eye uses black, but chocolate browns create more of a softer smoky eye, which is exactly what I was going for. So I'm gonna just disperse this color all over my lid while trying to blend it upward into the other colors to give it more of a gradient look. Alright, so now with that, of course I'm going to pop in some bronzer because bronzer, I put it all over my forehead and cheeks, so why not add it on my eyes? It'll create a more seamless aesthetic look, if you get what I'm saying. I'm also going to be going in with my Maybelline foundation. My summer shade is looking a little too light, so I used my darker shade as well to combine them to make the perfect shade for me. I feel like it is so necessary to spray your brush and spray your face in between and while during. So I just do that to help with the blending process. Also, setting setting spray throughout your makeup look while doing it helps it last longer throughout the day. Now my favorite part, concealer. I'm using my Maybelline Superstay. I love this stuff so much. I put it up under my eye and under my nose, forehead, lip, chin, you know, all the areas that you're supposed to highlight. And I let it sit, so while it sits, I start doing my contour. I also add a highlighting concealer in between under my eye and the inner corners to give it more of a brightening look. Now that I have my contour in all the places it needs to be, we're going to be blending with a brush. I don't know about y'all, but Blending with a brush has literally changed my life. I barely use a beauty blender anymore. I use it for like one step. But of course, contour adds warmth to the face, kind of reels in the whole look if you ask me. But bronzer also does the same thing. I said it earlier, but I want to say it again. Blending is key. Like, if you want to know how to have a seamless makeup look, you have to blend. It gets repetitive, yes. It might take a while, yes, but you need to blend, okay? Now, before you wonder why I'm looking like Casper, take that foundation brush and go back in. That helps create a gradient effect between the concealer and the contour because you're using remaining foundation to help it, look a little bit more subtle. And you'll see what else I do to make it more skin-like and match my complexion. Continue to blend my concealer upward on the nose because, baby, look, that's the only way you're gonna have a seamless nose contour structure, okay? And I live for the nose contour. Now for the nitty gritty setting powder. I use a beauty blender. I do not wet it. I simply pat under my eye with that same brush to make sure that the concealer is as smooth as it can be. And I start pressing in the powder. I use a brush, but only when I want a very subtle light look that's not very matte. I want my under eye to be matte. I want it to be set, so that's why I press it in. Aside from bright concealer, you can also use a bright setting powder as well in the inner corners as well, just to bring out that, brightness under your eye. And I love how youthful it makes me look. Bright powder that I use is Airspun. Let me be very clear, they do not have darker shades, so I don't use it everywhere. Now moving on to my Juvia's bronzer palette. I love this. It was $18. Go buy it. Go run, baby, run. It adds so much warmth to your face and it almost acts as a slight blush. Also, I'm just using a little bit of that setting powder to undercut under my cheeks, give it more of a sharp look. I promote using big fluffy brushes to remove any type of powders, and this one is one of my faves. I got it from an Ipsy bag. This was the moment that I realized my makeup was looking so good. It was giving skin. I was so happy, but it doesn't end here. You have to set, continue to set. This is my Urban Decay. I have the 24/7 pollution setting spray. I'm just going in with the bronzer to go back over my nose, and I'm making sure to go up into my eyebrow. That creates more of like that natural looking nose. Now I'm just gonna be mixing two of my favorite eyeshadows for blush. I really wasn't a big blush person up until recently, but now we're gonna move on to mascara. My favorite affordable mascara is the L'Oreal Microscopic, I believe. I love it. Oh, it's telescopic. Ignore my sister, she's always popping up in my room, but continue to add that mascara. And I like to layer on mascara before putting on your false lashes. Really makes a difference, because if you can't get it to stick immediately on your lash line, you can press it and it will blend better with mascara versus your regular lashes. Trust me. I wouldn't be me if I didn't add highlighter. I'm not gonna lie, I've come a long way. I used to OD on highlighter, so I'm very proud of this minimal highlighted look. I believe there's two ways to put on lashes. You can put the glue directly on your lash line, or you can put the glue on the false lashes. I feel like with false lashes, it takes so long to dry to me now. I don't know, so I like to put it on my eyelash line. Only thing about it is taking off the eyelashes can be a pain, so it's not for the weak. I wouldn't suggest it for everybody. You also see me adding my rhinestones right here. I was definitely in my euphoria phase. We love it. Alright, so I've already taken pictures or whatever, but I fixed my hair a little bit more, and that's all for this video.